Good morning and welcome to Multiply Mornings. My name's Dan and today we're talking about some of the most important things we've ever talked about on this channel. As the debates roll past and the election draws near, we are in a point now in history to where we really must decisively say who we are and who we want to be in the future. Unfortunately, we do not have a great choice for President of the United States in this coming election. Both people I feel are unbefitting of the role of President of the United States. But unfortunately, we have to ask ourselves, where do we want to be and who do we want to represent us? This is not an election in which we can choose to take a year off. This election of the President of the United States will actually greatly affect the Supreme Court and several other aspects of the United States for decades to come. So right now is the point in which we fundamentally have to make a decision. I recently saw on Tuesday morning a video by Casey Neistat in which he outlines why he is voting for Hillary Clinton and why he thinks you should too. I'm here to say why I am voting for Donald Trump. I think you need to make your own decision, but I don't believe we need to be afraid of. And you know what? I'm not going to be afraid of it. So much the political sphere has become so toxic that if I disagree with a minority or even a group of people, I'm hated, I'm a person who's a bigot, who's a racist, and that's just simply not true. We've lost the ability to go across the line and come to a mutual agreement, unfortunately, in our society anymore. I don't know why this is, other than this group of people doesn't want an agreement. They want their way or the highway. And that's truthfully been the outline here. Donald Trump is what we see is what we get. I don't think Donald's hiding much from us because, quite frankly, he's kind of lived his life as an open book. Hillary Clinton, on the other hand, has called a great deal of Americans deplorables, unredeemable. Her husband was cited just yesterday morning stating that most of Trump's supporters are just classic rednecks. The point is, these people see themselves as better, more superior. Donald Trump is a businessman. He's lived his life that way. He's not perfect. He doesn't claim to be perfect. And quite frankly, these videos are of no surprise. We're not electing the President of the United States because he's the best guy. We're not electing the President of the United States because they're the best person. We're electing the President of the United States because we believe they can run the country. Donald Trump is a businessman. He has made decisions his entire life. He has made good business decisions. His brand has been separated into many parts to make it more economically feasible. He's been through highs and lows and come out on top. I tell you what, we need somebody who's a winner in our White House. We need someone who's a winner defending us. Someone who's not afraid to stand up and say what's what. Who isn't afraid to say things like radical Islam. Who isn't afraid to confront the choices that are coming up. Who also isn't afraid to defend the Christians, to defend people who are conservatives and step up and say that it's okay. The point is, guys, we're on a slippery slope and we are falling fast. And quite frankly, every point of modern media is beginning to just tear against us. The fact if you want to say I'm a Donald Trump supporter, you're shunned. Well, I tell you what, I'm not afraid of anything in this world because I serve a God who's bigger than anything in this world. And my vote for the presidential election in 2016 will be for Donald Trump. And I tell you what, if you're a Christian, you're a conservative, if you just don't want more of what we've had for the last 8 years and beyond, you don't want to just put someone who's been a bureaucrat for years, decades and decades and really done nothing, then I say it's time to make a change. It's time to say, I'm not afraid to stand up and say, I vote Donald Trump. I vote for conservative. I vote for morals. I think it's time for people to stand up and stop being afraid to say, guess what? I'm voting for Donald Trump. To stop being afraid to sit in the background and let a few people push and demonize when actuality there's nothing to be ashamed of. It is your belief, it is your political understanding, and guess what? It is your God-given American Constitution upheld right to say I am a conservative. I do not believe in this liberal movement that is taking over. It is your God-given right to stand up and say I support traditional marriage. It's your God-given right to stand up and say I do not support abortion. It's your God-given right to stand up and say I support our allies abroad. It's our God-given right to stand up and say, I am proud to be an American. And because I'm proud to be an American, I'm going to stand with the person who I feel like is most defending that flag, who is most defending what we have stood for since the beginning when that Declaration of Independence was signed, for truth, for freedom. And that is why I am voting for Donald Trump. No matter what anybody comments on this video and says I'm a hate monger, says I'm a bigot, says I'm a fool, I do not care because I stand up proud for who I am. I stand up proud for what I believe in, and nothing and no one is going to make me ashamed of that. I'm a proud person who stands and holds myself to the standards of God, not to the standards of man. And I will continue to adhere to that. I will continue to hold to the truths in which I hold most dear. I challenge you, if you call yourself a Christian, to stand up, puff your chest, stand against the barrage that will come against you, the hatred, the people who will call you a fool, a liar, a bigot, and say, I am proud to be an American. I leave you with with that today, guys. I feel like this video is so important because of what's going on, the importance of this election. But I challenge you to vote based on your own moral compass, on what you feel like is right, and really weigh the facts, not just what people are saying, not just the rhetoric or everything else, but go directly to the source of what you believe and hold in your heart and ask yourself, what do you think is best for America? If you stand with me, please like this video. Let the world know that we're not ashamed to be a Christian, that we're not ashamed to be a follower of God. We're not ashamed to be a Christian conservative. And no matter what people say, I will stand firm. Let's start the hashtag not ashamed Trump. If you stand firm, you're unashamed of what you stand for, not ashamed Trump. If you like what we do here, guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel to see daily videos in which we take a Christian worldview to the news, to everything else, all that we do here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. God bless. I'll see you next time.